In this video, I'm going to show you how to quickly heal a lower back injury with a very easy to follow step-by-step guide. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. In this video, we're going to go over tried and true proven exercises that can quickly heal a lower back injury. And to make it really easy, I broke the video up into a 3-part step-by-step guide. Each step works a little bit differently, but they are meant to work together and also in order. To get the best results, go through all the exercises and use what gives you the most relief. With that being said, let's get started. So the first thing that we need to do is a warm-up exercise to improve blood flow and circulation to the lower back to promote faster healing. Here's a really easy exercise that you can do in bed or on a floor. Just lie flat on your back, have your legs roughly hip width apart, knees bent, feet flat. The first movement is called a pelvic rocker. We're going to take our hands, put them right on our hips. Now imagine your tailbone. What you want to do is scoop it up like this, curling it towards your belly button, towards your spine. As you do this, you're going to start to feel that your hips start to rock backward, and a stretch will form across the pelvis that finally works into the lower back. Build into this one slowly until you feel a deep but comfortable activation of the muscles in the lower back. Hold this for a couple seconds, release it, and then go in reverse. So again, here's your tailbone. What you want to do is scoop it down, press it into the bed. This time around though, you're going to feel that your hips rock forward and it just targets the lower back a little bit differently. But again, activate those muscles in the lower back, hold that for a second or two. And then as a fluid movement, you're going to go backward and forward like this, rocking in both directions. I like to do this about 10 to 15 times. And then afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like it's helping out, but it needs a little bit more, at that point, keep throwing repetitions in until everything is nice and loose, or you're not getting any more improvement. So let's take this one to the next level and add in a different movement that's going to offer a lot more relief. So this one is called the windshield wiper. We're going to start in our original position, legs hip width apart, knees bent, feet flat. What I'm going to do is slowly start to swing my legs and knees downward towards the floor. When I do this one, I aim to feel a light stretch in my hips. I hold that for a brief second, and then I press into it a little bit more until that stretch works from the hips into the lower back. Once I feel it in the lower back, I now hold this for a couple seconds, and then just like a windshield wiper, I sweep towards the other side and repeat. Do this one nice and slowly in both directions for 10 to 15 times. But again, if it feels like it's helping out and you need a little bit more, just keep throwing repetitions in until everything is nice and loose. So at this point, all the muscles should be warmed up, and we can now move on to the second part, which are strengthening exercises. These ones are going to help build more support around the lower back, help protect it so we can heal up much faster. With these ones, all you have to do is just one of these exercises one time a day. Let's start with one that we're already in position for. So we're going to lie flat on our back, have our legs roughly hip width apart, knees bent, feet flat. We're going to take our hands, put them right on our hips. The first thing that we want to do is focus on tensing or activating our core muscles to help protect our lower back during this exercise. So imagine somebody poking you in your stomach, how you tense up, drawing your belly button towards your spine. Hold that lightly during this exercise. And for good measure, I like to focus on the glutes, which help protect the lower back. So let's lightly clench our butt cheeks during this exercise. After we've done all of that, what you're going to do is just press your heels downward and then lift your hips upward towards the ceiling until your body roughly is in a straight line from your knees to your hips to your shoulders. If you're unable to get into this position, like you can only go up an inch or two due to pain or weakness, do the best you can. Over time, I do hope that you can get into this position, but you're going to feel a ton of muscles start to fire. The core, the back, your butt, your legs, everything that helps support the lower back. Hold this position comfortably for 3 to 5 seconds. You're going to release it, take a breather, and then repeat this 5 to 10 times. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like you have a little bit more energy, always challenge yourself by throwing in another set or two. If you would like to take this one to the next level though, and make it a little bit more challenging, when you do this, lift one leg up and march it towards your chest. Hold this for a second or two, release it, repeat it on the other side, Relax, take a breather, and then try to repeat this 5 to 10 times. But again, if it feels like you have a little bit more energy, always challenge yourself by throwing in another set or two. So here's another really good strengthening exercise, but the great part is we can do this one standing. This is called the hip hiker, and all you're going to need is a stair or a step. For this exercise, I always like to focus on the side that has the most amount of pain, tightness, or discomfort. Let's say that's our right side. So I'm going to take the other side's foot, place it right at the edge of that step, while the painful side's foot is off like this. Now, keeping our body and back as straight as possible, what we're going to do is focus on driving this painful side up towards the ceiling as much as we can. So focus on moving through your hip and through your pelvis, driving it upward like this. As you do this, you're going to feel a ton of muscles start to fire around the hip, targeting the glutes, but more importantly, it's going to work into the lower back. Once you feel a deep activation into the lower back, you're going to hold this comfortably for about 5 seconds. You're going to release it and then slowly lower your foot towards the floor. But don't let it touch, just let it hover, because as you do this, you're going to feel a deep stretch form on the other side. That's one of the reasons I really like this exercise, because it's going to strengthen and stretch at the same time. Again, we're going to hold this for 5 seconds. At that point, we're going to take a breather and then repeat this 5 to 10 times in both directions. But afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like you have a little bit more energy, always challenge yourself by throwing in another set or two. Just remember though, whatever you do on one side, always do on the other to help keep everything in balance. So the last step that we want to focus on is stretching. Stretches are perfect to do after those strengthening exercises to help limit soreness, but also with these stretches, you can use them throughout the day anytime that you need quick lower back pain relief. So this first one is called the ballerina, and we can do this one standing. Whatever side that you're having the most amount of pain, discomfort, or tightness, let's say it's our right side, what you want to do is take that side's foot and place over the other side just like this, and try to get as wide of a stance as possible, because the wider your stance, the more intense this stretch will be. And if you do have a lot of balance issues, do this next to a wall, or at least have something to grab onto for support. So the next thing that we're going to do is take the hand on the other side, place it right over our hip, and the hand on the painful side we're going to place overhead just like this. So now you know why we called this one the ballerina. So the movement from here is very straightforward. We're going to press our hips towards that painful side until we feel a really good stretch in our hips working into our lower back. We're going to hold this and now just tilt away with our upper back. So I'm kind of leaning my shoulders towards that non-painful side. At this point, this stretch is going to deepen. You're going to feel it really work from your hip into your lower back towards the bottom of your ribs. Focus on feeling a deep, comfortable stretch in your lower back. Hold this for 20 to 30 seconds, and during that time period, just do nice, slow, controlled breathing. Let out as much tension as you can. You're going to release this, relax for a second, and then repeat this 3 to 5 times. And with each repetition, try to deepen that stretch a little bit more. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like you have a little bit more energy, always challenge yourself by throwing in another set or two. Just remember though, whatever you do on one side, always do on the other to help keep everything in balance. So here's a really good stretching exercise that we can do seated. This one is called the twist and lean. And the first thing that we're going to do is have very good upright posture. Just have your back as straight as possible. Whatever side that you're having the most amount of pain, tightness, or discomfort, let's say it's our right side, what we want to do is put our arms out in front of us, kind of like a genie position, and we're going to slowly turn away from that painful side. So I'm just rotating through my lower back towards my left. What you want to feel is a really good stretch form, pretty much from your belt line working into your lower back, just to the point where it's deep but comfortable. You're going to hold this, and now you're going to tilt or lean away just like this. So I'm kind of like lowering my elbows and shoulders towards the floor. This will quickly deepen that stretch. I pretty much feel it across my whole lower back working into my ribs. Actually, I even feel it towards my armpit. Build into this one as much as you can. Try to hold hold this for about 5 seconds. You're going to slightly back off, leave a little bit of a stretch, and then you're going to build into it a little bit more on that next repetition. I like to do this over and over again for at least 5 to 10 repetitions, but if it feels like it's helping out, just keep building into this over and over again until everything is nice and loose, or you're not getting any more improvement. Just remember though, whatever you do on one side, always do on the other to help keep everything in balance. So if you would like to take this one to the next level, we can add in a stretch to activate the glutes or the buttocks. Again, those are a really big instigator of lower back pain. So whatever side that you're having the most amount of pain or tightness, again, let's say it's our right side, we're going to take that side's ankle and place over our other side's knee. So when you look down, it should look like a figure 4. From here, we're going to take this bent knee and we're going to press it down towards the floor, but don't use your hands. Instead, use your leg and hip strength. When you do this, you're going to feel a deep activation of the muscles around the hip, targeting the glutes. Let's hold that and now build back into our twist and lean. So I'm just going to rotate and then lean away like this. At this point, you're going to feel a deep stretch from your butt all the way into your back. 5-second hold, release it a little bit, and just keep repeating that over and over again until everything is nice and loose. But again, whatever you do on one side, always do on the other to help keep everything in balance. If the exercises help, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.